And you're supposed to be parked. You can't park there.
Turns out it's a little deeper than we thought it was. And now we're in a little bit of a bind.
Water moccasin?
Yeah, there's a cottonmouth right here, and as they do, it tried to chase me in the opposite direction of where I'm at to get away from me, so they don't chase you. Their first line of defense, even as a toxic ambush predator, when they see something that they deem as a threat, they're gone. It's not trying to chase me, it's not trying to hurt me. It just says, "Nah, dog, not today," and it just went. But I don't know where she went. Into the water, for sure.
I mean, generally snakes do chase people, just not you specifically. They know your reputation.
Oh, they know I'm gonna get them. Earlier, we've got years of footage of catching probably these same cottonmouths here. I mean, they're great snakes. I do love them. They're one of my first. Well, it was the first venomous snake I ever held. There's a picture of me at like 18, right after boot camp, holding one. It was like probably the only time I've ever head pinned one with one of my friends that was a mentor of mine. Kind of showed me how to do it, and I decided after that I didn't really need to do that anymore. Nothing really to prove.
Let's take a look at a couple of my past experiences catching cottonmouths in this very spot. Like I said before, I've been catching them here for 20 to 25 years. It's been quite a while. I have a love affair with these snakes, and I'll never let you say they're a bad snake. They're great animals that really benefit this environment. So let's check out a couple of clips.
What we have here is a cottonmouth. Now this snake is very venomous. This is the cottonmouth snake. It is also called a water moccasin. Now the Latin name is Echistrodon piscivorus, which means hook-tooth fish eater. Now like I said, this snake is very venomous. It produces a very painful bite, but he's good. He's an aquatic predator, so he eats everything from frogs to fish to snakes to mammals. Pretty much anything he can get his hands on, he'll eat it. And I said hands. He don't have no hands. This is a cottonmouth snake. Such a pretty animal. If you look at his mouth, he's opening his mouth. That's one of his lines of defense. He'll gape his mouth, and that's where they get the name Cottonmouth. All right, do you see how she's like flicking her tongue? A lot of people say that's how they smell, and it's a part truth, but I want you at home. Take your tongue and go, "Bleh, bleh, 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 bleh." What do you smell? If you didn't brush your teeth this morning, it's probably what you're smelling. But you don't have the same organ that she has. She has what's called a Jacobson's organ. She's specifically designed with that organ where she flicks her tongue and she catches molecules on the air, and she sends those to that Jacobson's organ, and it sends chemical signals to her brain that lets her know kind of what she's smelling, if it's dangerous, if it's food, which direction she should go in. Now these animals are also, like we've talked about before, some of the other vipers in our area, which she is a pit viper. She has these heat-seeking pits that help give her kind of like a thermal image of her surroundings so that she knows what's available and what she can eat or what she needs to get away from. She's just a gorgeous and amazing animal, and I am so thankful that we found her. She's been such a cooperative and placid snake. I just honestly can't believe it. They're normally relatively good natured like this when I've seen them, but not like this. She's just really chill. So we're gonna let her go and just take her over here. We're done kind of messing with her. We don't want to stress her out. We really don't want to harass her. So we're gonna take her over here. Seriously. There's a cottonmouth right here on the other side of this brush. Do you see him? Come where I am. Oh no, see him? He's trying to get away. Look at him chase me. As you can see, that cottonmouth clearly chased me in the other direction to get away from me. They don't chase you. It's very venomous snake, but they're also very leery of humans, and they're smart enough to get away from us. And I'm smart enough not to chase it. There's no way I'm gonna get it.
Dude, you could try.
got it.
Did you? There's no way you're gonna get it.
Check out this eastern fence lizard. I brought the habitat with him. It's a juvenile. It's got the little bit of blue under its throat. Do you hear that sweet, sweet sound in the background that's going da 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 da? Not the cricket frogs. Of course it won't do it again. That is the glorious sound of Ma Deuce, the M2 Browning 50 cal machine gun, which I had the pleasure of using in Iraq. Not on anyone, mind you. I just drove behind one for miles and miles and never shot it. Anyway, fence lizard. It's one of the handful of lizards that call this place home. They're insectivores. They eat all these soft-bodied invertebrates. You've heard me say this 1,000 times, but they're great. And of course, it blends in perfectly with oak and pine bark. Sorry, I heard the machine gun again. All right, we'll let him go. Great. This is a horrible idea. Check it out. This is the red imported fire ant, Solenopsis invicta. Them boys put me in the hospital on my honeymoon. Turns out I'm like a little bit allergic to them. It's funny that I've got this like weird photographic memory of this spot. I mean, I've been coming to this exact location for over 20 years now. Maybe pushing 25, and I can remember like catching specific snakes or frogs or different things at different interval at different years of my life, and like seeing them in these areas. It's almost like I have a photographic memory for reptiles and amphibians and trauma.
Try to keep it under 70 miles per hour back through here, generally, if I can.
You see all this kind of scrubby undergrowth around me, the wire grass and some of the small kind of hardwood trees starting to pop up in between the pines. I'm going to show you something else in a second and explain why we're doing why the state does what it does. But they do what's called prescribed burns, which we'll see over here, to kind of eliminate some of this undergrowth. A lot of these things are fire dispersal with seeds and different things like that. So fire actually helps these habitats, and it keeps second level succession plants like the hardwoods out in these pine forests and things like that. And it also just helps keep the habitat healthy so that light gets to the bottom and things like that. But we'll look over here and show you kind of what that looks like, what a prescribed burn looks like. And it seems like, oh no, what a waste, and all these animals and all these plants are dead, but it actually kind of re-emboldens the entire habitat, and it comes back even stronger. There's nothing like pine forests burning in the morning, late afternoon, whatever time of day it is. They say smoke follows beauty, and I'm just choking on this stuff. We're in the middle of a prescribed burn on the game lands in the Sandhills of North Carolina. This probably re-caught fire. I don't think they burned this today, but they lay here and smolder, the wind whips it up, and they'll kind of reignite what hasn't already burned. And like we were mentioning earlier, it's good to burn a lot of the scrubby undergrowth so that some of these some of these plants require fire to kind of grow correctly. So it's really good for these pine forests, the wiregrass. Again, it eliminates some of the second level succession from hardwoods and scrubby woody plants that come in and start to choke them out and convert a pine forest into a upland woodland instead of a pine forest. So it's necessary. In some way it's sad to see, right? Because you wonder where the animals went, where, you know, some of these things are dying. But most animals are smart. They're evolved to hunker down and know what to do when fire comes, because this habitat, for as long as it's been here, has been supplemented by fire. Another benefit of these prescribed burns is it'll burn down to the roots of a lot of these trees, and these are the areas in winter where some of these snakes, like the timber rattlesnake that lives out here, the pygmy rattlesnake, different snakes, will use these root holes as hibernaculum. They'll hibernate below the frost line, where the fire has burned and created these cavities where the roots used to be for these tree stumps. So it's kind of a cool thing too. A lot of snakes will utilize these after the fact once they cool down. Is that true? I don't know. Yeah, it's just like recent. I mean, it's not even, the soil's not even damp underneath it. Don't miss an opportunity if you see carpet in the woods to flip it, because often you'll find king snakes or things under it. They like the moist thing, so it's like one man's trash is another man's trash, but this man's trash sometimes has snakes under it.
How many channels I get?
Just like the nature channel. Yeah, all this stuff must have just been pushed here. They just did a prescribed burn, it looks like, behind us. And so I imagine they just pushed it out of the way so it's not burning it up with the prescribed burn. We don't know where we are. This is actually a cool place to be. We just took a road and it kept going, and here we are, and let's see what we can find. Check this out. This is the green anole, Anoles carolinus. This was one of my favorite lizards growing up because they felt exotic. We used to call them chameleons. It looks like he is changing colors. They're not related to a chameleon, but a lot of people locally call them that because they can change from green to brown to black to gray, a couple other colors, usually by stress or heat. So it's pretty cool to find these guys. So we're gonna let them go. Now I'm gonna let him go. Why would somebody throw this? Such a good couch. Just on the side of the road.
You have to hulk it.
I don't see anything that I want to risk life or limb for. In here. It's a snail.
Oh well, you never know.
Listen, never. One man's trash is another man's trash, and sometimes that trash has snakes in it.
How my truck get dirty?
Well, not every trip is super eventful. We did find a couple lizards, saw some cottonmouths bouncing into the water. You didn't see it, but I did. And It's all in all a good day when you could be in the woods and just hear the wind and the birds. So I'll take it as a win either way.
Okay.
Okay, so things have taken a turn. So,
And you're supposed to be parked. You can't park there.
turns out it's a little deeper than we thought it was. And now we're in a little bit of a bind.
That is quite a bind. All right.
So things have taken a slight turn. I thought we were about done. And now I had to crawl out of the car through the driver's seat because my seat was filling up with water and we got stuck in a little bit of a bind. Turns out, whatever this little car is, this little tracker can't go through this big old mud hole. Here it goes.
This isn't even the first time we've gotten a vehicle stuck in the Sandhills, but at least this one was four-wheel drive. Last time, we got my 2000 Nissan Altima in 2013 stuck in the loose sand, and it took all four of us and some ingenuity to get it out. But we got out, we survived, and we told the story. It's always an adventure.
We got pulled out by
Special forces.
the Special Forces, so the Army saves the day. Anyway, this has been Stan and Daniel with Catching Creation. Holla if you hear me.